Hi, Sarah and Woody.
Oh, there's Woody sleeping. Hi, Louise. He's got his head really close to my pillows, which he knows he's not
He's
supposed to
going to inch
do.
forward.
Yes,
Look at
he
this.
is.
All right. So we are here. I can't believe it. The conclusion of Megan Culhane Galbraith's The Guild of the Infant Savior. It's our
I
last
know.
one.
Our last one. It's been a really great book and
Yeah.
even better because we know her.
Yeah. Even better because we know her. And
Mhm.
thank you, Megan, for a wonderful read.
Yes.
So we're digging in. We are going to do the whole last section. I'm going to jump right to this part under learning to mother myself. Learning to mother myself. I just like even the title of that
Hmm.
because I think that's a lot of adoptees, right? We may have
Yes.
one mom, two moms, but really we aren't mommed in some way. So if that's how you say it. So I like this part. You think my grief, oh, this is page 260 for the reader. You think my grief would have subsided by now, but it hadn't. Rather, it had accumulated over the years and settled into the parts of my body, wearing me down like a second skin. Grief pins you down. And this was about after her losing her mom, and the grief keeps coming, keeps coming. But I thought about what she said with the pinning you down, because we talked about
Hmm.
that with Anne Heffron, like
Yes.
how any kind of grief, not just her losing her mom, but all adoptees have some sort of grief inside that maybe they can't even label and maybe they're not even aware, but it hurts your body. I feel like we all have so many little aches and pains and things that hurt. And
Well, yeah, the body keeps the score, doesn't it? And
Mhm.
I was thinking recently about Anne and talking about because I was like, okay, how do I move forward in my healing process in my life? It isn't talk therapy. I know and can connect the dots. I've got been in therapy on
Mhm.
and off for 30 some odd years. Now I need to move on. And maybe it is that other piece, that healing the body to heal the mind.
Yeah.
It's been on my mind all week this
Has
week.
it? That's in,
It
and then,
has been.
yeah.
Yes. Like, well, okay, what's the next step? Is it some
Yeah.
sort of medicinal therapy? Is it body work? What is it? That's kind
Yeah.
of where I'm at. So and when I heard that, like, grief pins us down, I'm
Yeah.
realizing it's a lifelong, it's lifelong grief that is pinning me down.
Yeah. It's debilitating.
Yeah.
And,
And it's not the mind that's going to fix it. It's going to be something else.
yeah, 100%.
I mean,
Well,
mind and body work
yeah.
together in conjunction. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what did you think in the next section
Well, then
here?
I just highlighted some things that she's talking about memory and and how we remember what and the way in which we remember it.
Yeah.
And being a story writer too, this kind of
Mhm.
hit over time our stories become polished, embellished, and reshaped according to various fears, needs, and desires. None of this is wrong or untrue. None of this is bad. As families reshape themselves through birth, adoption, marriage, divorce, tragedy, triumph, and death, our oral histories change as well. The same story can be told and retold by a different family member in myriad ways. Facts and stories that do not enhance the image of the family, for example, often go unsaved and untold. This is what really jumped out at me. The painful ones may be edited or removed entirely from the fragile strands of the family narrative, and those who choose to speak of the pain often become estranged. Aren't we all unreliable narrators? As an adoptee, I wanted to track down every last detail I could find of Ursula's stories, being her birth mother, not to simply verify the parts of my narrative that may have been lost to time, but to understand where I fit within a past I hope to reclaim. There were more indications of truth in her original memories than there were of falsehoods.
I can see why that really, it is like being a story writer that you are. You're a great story writer, by the way. Just how we can change. What did A.M. Holmes say? Something that she traffics in words, but can't find the feelings that come up. And then you change them. Like, didn't she say something about that trafficking in language, but there is no language for some of this? I like that, how we can polish and edit and change,
Mm-hmm.
and every family member has a different version.
Well, and I really like the those who choose to speak of the pain are often estranged, which is how I've
Yep.
always felt when I bring up stuff in
Sarah,
my
stop
family.
bringing it up.
Yes. Like you're not allowed
No.
to feel.
No.
I'm spending time with my family this weekend, and I was already going in my head of make sure
Yeah.
you don't say this or don't say that. And,
Yeah.
just be light and be fun and don't get into anything. And
You're already having to self-edit and you haven't even gotten there.
thank God I don't drink.
That's true.
Yes.
I've had some time with my brother, and we've been discussing a lot of these things, and it is kind of like the bringing up the uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're sort of like, why do you have to be that person? I can see the glaze over, like, please change the subject.
Yeah.
Well, I love that you read that. Did you have more in that section before we jump to the end? Because there was
Oh, I had
yeah.
one. Where she's talking about, she's doing the family search
Mhm.
for the other child the
Right.
other, quote unquote bastard in the family. And she says, I can't find Junior's original birth certificate, and I don't have access yet to my own either. This is
Mhm.
where information dead ends for adoptees. We operate on shreds of stories and slivers of fact. We are denied information that natural born children have access to. We collide with the paradox of having to prove our identity without having any proof of our identity. We are two people in one body.
Mhm. That's good.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums up what most searching adoptees go through. That reminded
Yes.
me immediately of Fred Nicora, how he's like, we have a restraining order against
Yes.
us in society.
Yes.
I mean, that's powerful. Well, then the very end of the book, Megan, she talks about time, and I'm just going to read 2 quotes from it because it's long, but time is a paradox that can alter a story depending how a person chooses to tell it. Time and trauma affect a person's ability to recall details or to alter them into a palatable story that, like scar tissue, heals over a wound. Then I'm going to go forward, and finally she says, I make peace with seeing my reflection in her. Is she a mirror or a lens looking at herself? After all this time, what if I dislike who is gazing back at me?
Mm,
I just thought that was a beautiful ending.
yes. Well done, Megan.
Kudos, Megan. And
Yes.
and we get to see Megan when?
Ooh. Oh, in a week.
Yeah.
June 6th is
Mhm.
that final episode of this, not the final episode of
Mhm.
this season with AM Holmes, Damon Davis, and Megan
Yeah.
Culhane Galbraith. Yes.
On
A really good discussion.
Yeah, I really hope everyone listens to the season finale. I'm like, I want to re-listen to it. We
I
just
know.
filmed it just to I think everyone's going to go, no way, that's so cool.
Yes.
I'm in awe of it. Well, we have this guest coming up has a lot of great stuff for adoptees, actually. He's
Mhm.
doing a lot of good work.
Yeah, lots
So,
of resources in this episode. So
mhm.
stick
Okay.
around.
See you
See you in a
soon.
sec.